Ten cheap cars that make you look rich. As much as people hate to admit it, everybody wants to be rich. And for those struggling to get there, looking rich can be the next best thing. Designer clothes, a nice watch, and some gold-plated jewelry can go a long way. But if you want to really look the part, nothing will make you look richer than a top-shelf motor. In today's video, we're looking at the top 10 affordable cars that will make you look like you have some serious cash. Aston Martin V8 Vantage. There are very few cars quite as classy as a freshly waxed Aston Martin. A 007 favourite, you would not be mistaken in thinking that this British masterpiece is a bona fide bankbreaker. Whilst a brand new Aston Martin DBS Superleggera will set you back around $270,000, you can now snag yourself a slice of the same pedigree for less than 1/10 of that price tag. In 2012, the British supercar manufacturer updated its entry-level model, the Vantage, to make it even more accessible. For a little over $100,000, buyers could get their hands on a purring V8 Aston Martin fit for Bond himself. As sales soared, the used resale value plummeted, and a tidy early model can now be snatched up for under $30,000. Not bad for a 420 brake horsepower beast that will catch the attention of any car enthusiast and make you look like you have some serious bank. Bentley Continental GT. Bentley owners populate the same circles as those with Rolls-Royces and Mercedes Maybachs. Known for sheer comfort and road presence, these plush motors have a serious reputation. The Bentley Continental GT was the first model released under Volkswagen ownership, and it did not disappoint. Despite maintaining the typical Bentley coachwork approach to the interior styling, the Continental GT is a true driver's car and offers an incredibly special experience behind the wheel. Available in a number of body styles, including a coupe, drop-top, and four-door saloon, the GT marked a new era in Bentley's heritage, offering up cars to the deep-pocketed masses as opposed to the very deep-pocketed select few. Originally priced at $130,000 for the V8 coupe, thanks to sky-high service costs and gas mileage figures in the teens, an early Continental GT can be had for less than $25,000. Very few cars can make you look this rich for so little. Range Rover Autobiography. Being a staple amongst the rich and famous, Range Rover has cemented themselves as the must-have ride for the financially elite. From professional footballers to the Kardashians, the caliber and wealth of Range Rover owners is tough to beat. Range Rover offers 4 different models, including the Evoque, Velar, and Sport. However, everybody knows that the biggest, baddest, and most expensive is the original Range Rover. With prices starting at $100,000, this is not your standard soccer mum 4x4. That 100 grand will get you a stunning vehicle, but if you really want to stand out and look the part, you're going to have to delve into the aftermarket extras and factory mods. The most luxurious and expensive offering from Range Rover is their Autobiography series. With all the added bells and whistles, the Range Rover Autobiography is certainly the one to buy if you want to impress. With the 2020 Autobiography models starting at $120,000, going up to $245,000 for a fully spec'd out SV Autobiography, it seems almost ludicrous to think that a 2010 model with under 100,000 miles on the clock can be had for under $20K. This is one of those cars that will never go out of style and will have you looking like a high roller for less than a new Honda Civic. Nissan GTR. The Nissan GTR has always been a gateway motor into the world of supercars. With an original price tag just shy of $80,000, they've never been the most expensive performance car on the roads, but they're still far from being affordable for the average Joe. When the GTR was re-released in 2008, the car communities were shocked at what you could get for your money. The 3.8-litre twin-turbo V6 under the hood produces over 480 brake horsepower, can get the car from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, and has a top speed of 193 miles per hour. These are the kind of numbers that make a Porsche 911 of the same era feel almost unexciting. One of the most appealing factors of this Japanese import is that when you switch it out of its race settings, it's an incredibly comfortable and manageable car to drive. It is a true daily driver that you can take the kids to school in, then embarrass a Ferrari at the lights on your way home. On the second-hand market, you can now get yourself an early 2009 GTR with a sensible mileage for around $35,000. And thanks to its reputation, it's sure to hold its current value for years to come. Porsche 911. When looking for a cheap Porsche, you might be tempted to look at the Boxsters or maybe even the classic 944s. But spare yourself the hunt, because you won't be fooling anybody with either one of those motors. If you want a real Porsche that makes you look like you've got the bank to back it up, you've got to go for a 911. These high-performance rear-engine classic sports cars have been knocking about since the 60s and have had the undeniable respect of all car lovers ever since. For less than $25,000, you can get a stunning 2006 3.8-litre 350 brake horsepower 911 that has all the good looks and charm that you could wish for a price tag that isn't going to break the bank. Porsche ownership comes with a certain assumption that you're doing well for yourself, so you can rest assured you'll be getting some jealous looks when you whip out those stallion-badged keys. Audi R8. The ultimate in German engineering, the Audi R8 is a stunning car by anyone's standards, and it has the performance to back it up too. The R8 has been dropping jaws since its release in 2006. From its glorious V8 exhaust note to its unforgettable timeless design, the first-gen Audi R8 is as desirable today as it was over a decade ago. The R8 has and always will capture the attention of car lovers, but it is now capturing the attention of those looking to secure a deal that sounds almost too good to be true. A first-gen 2008 Audi R8 can now be had for around $35,000. Now that's not exactly chump change, but it is peanuts for a car that has so much presence and performance. The 430 brake horsepower 4.2-litre V8 petrol engine slings this beauty from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds and has a top speed of 187 miles per hour. The Audi R8 offers exotic looks and supercar numbers in a price range similar to that of a mid-level Beamer. Maserati Gran Turismo. If you've got a sweet tooth for some Italian exotica, then a Maserati will meet your cravings and then some. Showcasing some of the sexiest styled cars to come out of Europe, Maserati knows a thing or two about creating desirable motors. Running in the same leagues as Ferrari and Lamborghini, Maseratis have all the supercar grunt with the added bonus of being built to be driven daily. Taking full advantage of unavoidable depreciation, you can now get your hands on a classy Italian supercar for almost laughable prices. The 2008 Maserati Gran Turismo can now be had for around $30,000. With an original price tag of $95,000, stick on some private plates and you'll fool everybody into thinking that you're a multi-millionaire that's flown straight in from Monaco. Mercedes S-Class. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class is widely regarded as the ultimate in luxury sedans. With the comfort of a limousine and the power typical of German muscle, the S-Class is a chauffeur-driven dream that is popular amongst government officials and the richest of the rich. Top-of-the-line 2007 S600s are powered by the very same 6.0-litre 3-valve V12 twin-turbo engine used in the $350,000 Maybach sedans of the same year. Rated at 510 horsepower, this comfortable backseat cruiser is a sleeper like no other. On release, a fully spec'd-out S600 would have set you back around $140,000, but can now be had for around $30,000. This car will not only make you look rich, but can make you look seriously important if you can find a friend to drive you around all day. Ford Mustang. There's no feeling quite like driving some true American muscle. Mustang may have lost their way a little with their new, sleeker styling and EcoBoost ventures, but you can still get your hands on a true gas-guzzling, chassis-twisting V8 that not only looks the part, but drives the part too. A fifth-generation Ford Mustang is still regarded as a highly desirable car, and if you land yourself a GT500, people will know that you've got yourself something special. These top-of-the-line beasts started at $55,000 out of the factory in 2014 and have held their value well. However, a standard 4.6-litre GT can be had for well under half that amount. To the untrained eye, a GT with a few subtle mods can look as good, if not better, than a factory 500, and for around $25,000, you can't really go wrong. Tesla Cybertruck. The Tesla Cybertruck is arguably one of the most anticipated car releases in history. The hype surrounding this vehicle is unrivaled, and you could have a slice of this electrical bus for less than you might think. Being undoubtedly the most futuristic-looking car set to lay rubber on our roads, the Tesla Cybertruck is guaranteed to turn heads. With the design of a concept car and the versatility of a Ford F-150, it's not hard to see why this latest Tesla offering is the talk of the town. The more expensive versions that start at $49,900 and $69,900 are set to be released in 2022. However, an entry-level single-motor RWD version will be released a year earlier in 2021. The cost of this budget-friendly Cybertruck will be just shy of $40,000 before any government incentives. And when you take into account the amount you'll save on fuel, this is an amazing deal for a car that looks like it should cost way more than it actually does.